What's going on, boys? No, guys, as I was watching the Danes practically, well, not holding on, but now it's at 2-1. I saw this Kimmich card came out and I thought, you know what? Even though I'm relaxing, why not go have a look at this card? Now, this card actually proves to be very effective. Now, Kimmich has always been a card I was never really the biggest fans of, simply because he always lacked something. He always lacked the height, or he lacked the pace. And that's the reason why I never liked Kimmich. He was a decent card. I never had anything against him. I would say it was mainly just he lacked the shooting. He didn't have 4-star skills. If I was going to use him for centre mid. But I said more importantly, above everything, he lacked the pace, which was the biggest thing for me, the biggest factor. That's the goal coming in. But we have a new card here for summer stars. So this is a bit of a different one because normally Gold Kimmich has a 3-star week, if I'm not mistaken. But this one has 3-star skills, but this one, as you can see, has a 4-star skill. So you can see it's already naturally quite an improvement. Even the team of the season version, I know some of you guys are gonna be crazy about me, but even the team in the season version or the team of the year, 81 sprint speed's not enough. You put a shadow on it, it's still too slow for this stage of the game. You see me looking up as well, because I'm looking at the match in case you're wondering, or where my eyes are wandering. So that's kind of my take on that. So that is why simply I said he's not good enough. But the fact that he's 4-star now and he's high medium with the right foot, with everything, with all those stats together, it does make it quite feasible. And had it been a centre mid card, it would have been something that's really good. As a right mid, okay, you can get him in your team, but you ideally, I mean, you can get the right mid link, of course, but I would ideally want, for example, a centre mid card. But anyway, let's go to the player traits. No player traits, of course. Then we look at his stats now. Because he's 4-star, high medium. Now, theoretically, he can play anywhere because he has everything you want. You know, the pace is still meh. Don't get me wrong, but when you put a shadow on it, that pace is going to be, if you get him on full chemistry, that is, that's going to be 98, which I think that's very good. I do like the natural pace stats to be higher. Just in case you're new here as well to FIFA, even though some old people on FIFA don't understand as well. The tell a card is good not is based on the stats. There's no magic formula. I don't know why everyone keeps wanting me to try a card out in the game. I mean, what do you want me to do? Shoot with the halfway line with Kimmich and say he's a 10 out of 10 player? I mean, look, you can. I mean, if. Hang on, wait. Good pass. A shocking, absolute shocking distribution in the final third. Oh, what a tackle! Sorry, I was just preoccupied with the match. But back to Kimmich. But yeah, he's a top tier card. So you got the pace now. The shooting is decent. I would say if you're going to be playing him as, I would say, a winger, I would say the Hunter's the best chemistry style to use. And the reason why is because if we go over to Footbin, if I put this card, then I put, for example, a Hunter on him, you can see that his finishing gets not maxed out. That's the number one. But he gets near about 91. Now, he doesn't have the outside of foot shot trait, which is probably the downside. But 91 finishing, 91 sprint speed is actually not that bad of a card. That's the team of the season version. That's what I was gonna say. The problem is with this version is that even with the Hunter, so should I say, 98, a very good card. The only issue is that I see him more as like a centre mid card. I think he's a good winger. You can get the job done. I mean, he's got good height as well. The preference for me would be someone who's got good agility and balance, especially on the left mid, right mid position. He's got that, so he can play that left mid, right mid position. In fact, in theory, you can play anywhere. You can play left wing, left back, right back. What I would say though is get the team of the season version first. He's only 300k. Put a Hunter on him and play him in left mid or right mid first. That's what I wanted to say in the beginning. The only downside with this card is he doesn't have the finishing. He doesn't have the sprint speed. That is one thing. But I would say before you do any SBCs, always try the lower tier version of the card just to get a gist. Because, you know, you might look at all these player reviews, someone else using him, but it's not going to make a difference if you don't like him. And I think that's the issue with myself as well. A lot of these cards, I found that I don't like this. I think that's a head injury. I don't even like half of these cards myself. Simply because there's certain stats that I require. But he's got the top tier agility and balance. Like, he's going to feel silky smooth on a ball. He's 5'9". He's got a lean body type. You don't even need to move the ball around with the left analog stick to know if he's lean or not. He's going to be so good. He's going to be so fluid on the ball. He's got agility and balance. He's got all the dribbling that you need. He's got the pace. Still lacks his sprint speed a tad bit, but with a shadow or Hunter is very good. So I was either Hunter or a shadow. Either one of those is perfectly fine. The defending is really good as well, and so is the passing, and so is the physicality. So the question is going to be asked is he worth better on the left mid or a right mid, or left wing and a right wing, or centre mid? Now, I think he could potentially be one of the best centre mids in the game. Because the issue I have is that I like to have a medium-high attacking work rate for centre mid that's attacking. The issue then comes, I want ideally 5-star, 5-star. I mean, he's not going to be a Hullet standard. So Hullet, I personally prefer, this is my personal, I prefer the 90 rated. Because of the agility, and that is the only reason why. I prefer the better pace and I prefer the agility. But he's not going to have the 5 stars. He's not going to have the stature as Hullet does, don't get me wrong. So even though on stats wise Hullet would not be as good, Hullet will still in some ways be the better player. But I think for a box-to-box card, a centre mid, I think he's a really, really good card. The only issue is we're coming down to is his price. Now, a lot of these SBCs, these are the things that really deter me off. You know, 83, 84, 87, 86. I mean, at this stage of the game, it is fairly expensive. So again, I will still go ahead and buy the Team of the Season version just to get a little bit of a gist of him. Because I'll be honest, you don't know realistically. You really don't know if the card is good or not until you use them yourself. And with all SBCs, I'm going to tell you from experience, I've done SBCs before in the past. Sometimes you use a card and it's garbage. So we're looking about 500k if my mass is correct. So the A7 rated is about 200k. So you're talking about, yeah, so okay, maybe not as high. So yeah, so it's still a fairly bit. So I would personally, me speaking personally, I would probably just say go ahead and get the Team of the Season card first. See if you like him. And I think he's definitely an upgrade. It's about 400k, I would say. About, well, 500k, I would say. Let's just say 500k to be on the safe side. I would just say only do him if you know what you're getting into. Get the Team of the Season Kimmich first, but I do think still he's a fantastic card. I think you can play anywhere. Hunter in attacking position. In a centre mid, I'd probably still go with a Hunter as well. Just because I think his defensive stats are already that good, so I don't think he needs a shadow. In all honesty, the only most important thing is that pace boost. So you might as well get his finishing up as opposed to his defending, unless you want to use him as a pure defender. The only other thing I want to say is the other centre mids that are near to him. Now, this looks like potentially one of the best centre mids in the game. I'll be honest. Because just because of his height, this is my opinion. I mean, your favorite pro player, your favorite content creator will have their own opinion, just like everyone would. But this is my opinion. It's potentially one of the best cards in the game. But if we go ahead and we look at the centre mids in Bundesliga, there isn't really that many options. You do have Goretzka and you can play Müller in centre mid. So if you're looking for a German or Bundesliga, Müller's not a bad idea. He can play that role with his shadow. He's not amazing, but I've done that last year. But the benefit is he's high. That's one thing. When he's a decent player. Goretzka's other second player, but look at Goretzka. Goretzka's 1.5 million. Now, you can argue Goretzka and Kimmich, they're very, very similar in many ways. Obviously, the benefit that Goretzka has, he does have that stature. But if you think about it just from a numerical point of view, they're both medium-high. They're both 4-star, 4-star. Yes, Goretzka's got a bit better height, but I prefer the shorter height anyway in centre mid. I just prefer just roughly about 5'11", but you can see that Kimmich wins on the pace. On the shooting, Kimmich basically wins par finishing. Penalties are redundant. As you can see in terms of the passing, Kimmich wins. It's very, very minute, but look, you can see the agility and balance. The difference between Goretzka and Kimmich, the agility and balance. That's the biggest separating fact between them both. And I think biggest Kimmich has that, he has potential to be one of the best centre mids in the game. So I think as it stands right now, he's definitely one of the best centre mids in the game. I think for the value of the card, 500k or 600k, I think it's worth it. If you have the money and you can put him into your team and you got the fodder, he's definitely worth it. Not as a left mid, right mid, but as a centre mid. But what I would say is get the Team of the Season version first, use him, and see how you like him. I know he's very much slower compared to this version, but a lot of players won't like. I don't like Kimmich. I know I don't like him immediately. This card looks very interesting though, and I might consider him, but I can't link him. So that's what I'd say. And if you want to get a link to him, you can play him in a 4-5-1. The only issue is that when you're looking for a link, it's hard. So you can go with Alphonso Davies. That would be the best thing to do. Or unless on the Bend SBC, but because realistically there's no one else. I mean, if you really want to, I suppose you could just get this Baku card. He's not an SBC, yes, the Baku card. Just get him, put a shadow on him, or an anchor to be honest, and you get the green link to Kimmich. That's how you get him on full chemistry. So I think he's one of the best centre mids in the game. I would say Duma is not, you don't need to even look at him to see if he's good or not. He's one of the best centre mids in the game. But that's kind of my 2 cents. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to go back to watch England take it home, or hopefully bring it home tonight. And I think that they're on a counter attack now. Hang on 1 second. Saved by the goalie. Bad shot. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.